So that boss is actually the only Remembrance boss in the entire game that it's actually weak to holy damage. But the sad reality is that almost every other Remembrance boss is very resistant to holy damage. So yeah, it's just not that great for these bubble type weapons. And the Envoys Greathorn has religiously been the worst of the three. Doesn't mean it was that bad, it's just been the worst one. If we compare it to something like the Envoys Longhorn, is directly outclassed. Envoys Longhorn has always been quicker, does more damage. But now, with the latest patch 1.09, it actually did buff this weapon's Ashwar to where it travels a lot faster. So inherently it actually goes pretty far very quickly now. So not that bad. Obviously it's still pretty slow, but it's a bubble, so how fast can that actually be? But for a projectile attack that only consumes 16 FP, and as how far that it actually does go, how much damage that it actually does do, it actually definitely has a use now in this game. But if we were to still compare it to the Envoys Longhorn, I'd probably still think it's a little better because this is an absolute boss melting machine. But it's only really good when you hit with every single bubble. But going back to the Envoys Greathorn, is it going to be like a top tier option? Probably not. No such thing as a top tier holy option. This doesn't exist in PvE. But I would actually like this thing to get buffed again, potentially to have like it be able to cast it over and over again, because you still have to like stand back up and then get back down just to recast it, which is pretty annoying. Or just like increase the casting and recovery time. That would make it a really nice change, but it definitely is a lot better than what it used to be. But to make a build out of this thing, I'm going to have a quality scaling 35 in both strength and dexterity, and then 50 faith. And despite it actually having a descaling in faith, its Ashwar does directly scale off that. So we're just going to have to go into more faith just to get the most out of the Ashwar. Gonna have Shard of Alexander to boost the damage of it. Sacred Scorpion Charm to boost the holy damage itself, but it does actually decrease our damage negation. Ritual Sword Talisman because we're gonna be at full health because we're just gonna be at the back just spamming the Ashwar pretty much. And then Greatjar's Arsenal for more equipment load. As for spells, you can pretty much just use whatever you want. I just like these ones because that is pretty decent options overall. But to test out the damage on Steven, I'm gonna use our buffs. Golden Vow. In my Wondrous Flask, I have more faith and more holy damage. Once again, we can use the Jellyfish Shield. Because Steel Bug, you actually can do it on both hands as well, which is actually insane. So you can actually use two of them and then stack them together. Next thing you can see our total overall damage, 1600. So definitely use that before it actually gets nerfed. But as you can see, the damage actually can do. Steven is actually resistant to Holy, by the way. So take that into consideration. But as you can see, the damage is really nice. And it knocks him back and it sends him flying as well. So yeah, not that bad of an option. For only 16 FP, I definitely recommend using it if you want to have a little bit of fun with some bubbles. It's not as bad as it used to be now. Still needs a little bit of a tuning in terms of it's like being able to get casted over and over again, but it's not that bad. But yeah, that pretty much concludes it for this one. As always, please do like and subscribe. Actually, we'll be live on Twitch right now. Should be live, so do definitely check me out there. Rest of the videos be some more gameplay. But yeah, see you next one, guys. Peace.